It's Sunday. It's Mark Pyers.
I was walking
Real
down the
Talk.
road today, looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living.
Ease my mind
I look
and
into
help my
the
living.
windows of
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pyers Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 384 in a row of the Mark Pyers Real Talk show. And I'm having some major issues with my system, my software. It's not working properly. The chat window is completely non-functional at the moment. And I don't know if I'm live everywhere. And I can't check to see if I'm live everywhere. So what I'm going to do here is head on to Facebook quickly. It looks like I'm live. Okay, we're good. We are good, guys. I'm here with you, day 384 in a row. It's Real Talk. I'm at my open house. It's been pretty busy. But I got to tell you, craziest thing in the world happened today. That was live on Instagram with this. I jump on the Merritt Parkway at like 11:23. Okay, my open house is at 1 o'clock. Left me plenty of time to get to my office, get my open house sign, grab this mic stand, and head over here to put on my open house and get ready for the show. Well, what do you know? All of a sudden, I start looking ahead. I see a couple lights. You know, you start seeing brake lights. It's never a good thing. And all of a sudden, it comes to a stop. Not just like a slowdown. Parking lot. Parking lot on the Merritt Parkway on the way down to my open house. I sat in that open house, in that parking lot for an hour and a half to get to my open house. Completely insane. So I'm sitting here at the most out-of-tune piano I could ever come across. And I've said to my clients before, I'm like, why don't you just tune this thing? Because I play it when people walk through. So I'm going to play you a couple of the tunes that I play for people as they go through. And it's extremely out of tune, so bear with me. But we're going to have some fun. I think you can make a piano that's out of tune sound pretty good. I'm going to show you, I think. We'll see. That's basically it, guys. That's basically it. Just rolling up and down on that. The problem is, let me just show you how bad these sound. That's no good. It's the most out of tune piano. But these notes up here are not terrible. So the other song I could sort of play is my other sort of original. It goes. This one I got to play it lower. Oof. Can't play with this piano, guys. So we had a ridiculous music night last night. I don't know who tuned in, but I played for 2 hours and 4 minutes. It's the first post 2 hours. 2 hours and 4 minutes? Holy cow. And there was some really great stuff. I have to say, the first song I played was rotten. I played All Along the Watchtower, and I just didn't warm it out. You know what I mean? Like you start sometimes and you're like halfway through, you're like, I should just stop. Like right now, just stop. But I completed it. And then we went on, and everything after that song was just really, really solid. So if you have a chance, check it out. I did a lot of vocal looping last night. And not as much guitar playing, a lot of rhythm guitar playing, but not as much with the lead. That song should have lyrics, though, this one. See, I don't know how to play the piano at all, guys. Literally. And when I play, people will be like, ooh, that sounds really nice. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know what I'm doing. I play the blacks, and I throw in a white every once in a while. That's how we roll here on Real Talk. Blacks. There's the white. There's the other white. That's also a white note, too. But it works, guys. But here's the thing. I tell you guys, music is about rhythm. It's about beats. It's about, you could take any set of chords, and I don't know what these chords are, but so you could play that, and you could play it like funky. I don't know. I mean, you can get like staccato or whatever, but then you got the option of taking the same set of chords and just be. It's just amazing how you can take anything and just, it's how you feel. You express it in your own way. And for me, I express whatever through this piano, and it's alien to me. This piano is so alien to me because I can't get comfortable on it. I can't create freely on it. I've got that. I mean, I could do a few other cool things, like I can take a couple other black notes out, add a few other whites, and you get like... I don't know, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. Get that whole like minor thing going. So I like playing on the piano. It's what is here, so I'll play it. but I'm terrible on the piano. Wish I had a guitar with me. Wish I had a beat seat with me, and then we can get going. You know what I mean? Like we did last night. We improvised a song last night, and it was the 383 song. I don't know what else to call it. 26 minutes in, 25 and a half minutes in. Go check this out, guys. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. All in the moment, and you know it's in the moment because I'm like speaking to everybody and talking about it being day 383. And it was definitely a really cool version. Other great songs from last night. Abracadabra. Oh, I'm dropping that for you guys later. If you haven't checked that out yet, you got to go check out Abracadabra. That was just like on fire. And we did a lot of really cool vocal stuff. Another thing you'll like to know is I had one of my new followers came on. Actually, I got to try to do something for you guys here because Instagram should be a part of this and they're not right now. So let me bring them in. Oh, that's not working. Why is that not working? All right, let's get us live over here. All right, here we go. So Instagram, you guys are late to the show. I'm sorry about this. I was trying to make sure I was live for today, but now you are on the Real Talk program as well. So last night, Bill came on, new follower of the show, and he said, how long you been playing? Just got me thinking about, it's been I was 1997 when I got my first guitar. So I'm talking about 23 years, okay? Coming on to 23 years playing guitar. And so I started reflecting on my first songs, the first songs I ever wrote. And I thought it'd be a good opportunity to play them for you guys, to show you the inside the mind of a songwriter, a guy who was 6 months in. I was playing like Counting Crows and Dave Matthews, and all of a sudden I just had this urge to stop playing other people's music and songs and create something of my own. Now, I'm looking, it doesn't look like my stream title is up there, which kind of bothers me because I did put up a title earlier. James, my brother, and Mr. Mar, I'm so glad you're on. Guys, head over to YouTube, subscribe, and ding the bell over there. This is a very special episode of Real Talk from my open house in New Canaan, Connecticut. I'm here until 4 o'clock. I wanted to come on a lot earlier. I was stuck on the Merritt Parkway in a parking lot. This has happened once in my life. When I was 19, maybe 20, I was traveling the country playing colleges. And I was in, I want to say Ohio, maybe? Maybe it was Ohio. Maybe it was Virginia. I forget. All I know is I'm sitting on some I-290, whatever it was. And for 3.5 hours, I sat on the highway. I never thought it would be dead stop sitting on a highway, like parking lot, 3.5 hours. So that was the first time I ever experienced that. And then today it was an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes for me to get 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute drive to get from where I live to where I was going. And it took me an hour and 40 minutes today because of this accident. I still don't know what happened. I went live very quickly on Instagram just to say, like, there was fire trucks flying by on the Merritt. And I'm like, I'm sitting here, like, not moving. There were people getting out of cars. I saw a guy go and take a pee behind the bushes. I was like, what is going on here? But I guess when you're sitting there, you have no expectations or intentions of being, stopped for an hour and 45 minutes. You may say, I got to have a pit stop to the bathroom. This guy jumped out. I saw another guy get out and have a cigarette. He's sitting outside talking to his friend, having a smoke. And I was there actually researching stories for Real Talk. I was going to do news for today, and I realized, well, how would that work? I don't have a computer to read the news. I could put up the news like over here where you guys see like the story, but that's not going to do any good for us because I can't read the story for you. So no news today. This is just Real Talk. Get together with you and chat. My man James is on. I love it. I love it. My man James up in Canada. I really appreciate you, pal. I hope you'll head over to YouTube and subscribe over there. This is kind of bare bones today, guys. I didn't even set up the light. I got a 2-camera shoot going. You see the one over there so you can see the little piano action. And again, I'm a terrible piano player, but I just thought it would be a cool day to sit down and chat over the piano, the out-of-tune piano, and to reflect on some of the things we've been doing here. This is day 384 in a row. And we're just starting to collect steam. I want you guys to be aware of something. It has been a task to get to today. It hasn't been easy to go every single day and not miss a day. It hasn't been easy to come on and find the time to give you a full show, but I've done it every day for 384. And now, because I am where I am, it's just another day. Like, this was part of the improv last night. Like, day 383 in a row, well, it's just another show. That's the way it is for me now. Like, every single show is just doing another show. The 384 that came, 383 that came before today, they all happened. And they were lots of work. I mean, we're talking about 45 minutes to an hour and a half of unscripted positivity on a daily basis. When you unleash that much energy onto everybody, you're getting rid of a lot of stress. You're letting a lot out when you're helping, when you're giving. And this is when I started to uncover the connection between giving and getting. They are almost the same thing. Everybody wants to get, but they don't want to give. But if they understood, the more you give, the more you open yourself up to getting. The more you open yourself up to winning. You know, winning is a mindset, but it's also, it has to do with the people around you. You can't just cut people's throats, burn bridges on the way up. The only way you succeed is by helping those around you succeed. You're helping people find the light, helping them find something they couldn't find on their own. That's what your mission is. That's what my mission is. I'm helping people here to find the house of their dreams. It's kind of a silly thing. I think about my profession. One of the old taglines for real estate was the American dream. I'm selling the American dream. Well, what is that? The American dream is to have a family and to own something of your own and to be able to build something, build wealth, build your own career. That is the American dream. I'm helping facilitate the American dream when I go out on a daily basis to work with my clients. But I am not satisfied with the American dream. That's just one continent. I mean, seriously, guys. There's an epidemic in this world, and it's negativity. And you know what's going on is everybody keeps sucking it in, and they let it affect their demeanor. When you take on someone else's negativity, you change. You appear different to all of the people around you. And even though you think you're doing a great job hiding or putting on that mask, everyone sees you're wearing a mask. Everyone sees the hiding spot. There's nobody who's fooled. Nobody. I mean, maybe there's a few people that just are not connected enough to understand what's going on. But for the most part, human beings have this meter, this ability to read people, to understand when they're being told the truth and when they're being sold a bill of goods. The question is, are you paying attention? Because if you were, I think you'd be shutting off the negatube like me. You'd be tuning into Real Talk. Because that's what's going on. They're trying to fool you. They're trying to convince you that they know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You need to listen to us. You know, real estate used to be like this. People needed to come into an office and sit down with a realtor and say, look, I need a house with 4 bedrooms. I need no less than 3 bathrooms, full bathrooms, okay? And I'd like to have an acre, at least. What do you got? We need you. This is what I need, and you're the only person with the keys to that lock. When the internet decided to open up the experience to the consumer, when the internet came along and it decided to create an open forum for the world. Let's get rid of all the snake salesmen. Let's get rid of all the people just trying to sell you a bill of goods and there's nothing that's going to come from it. Let's try to really get to the truth. That's what the internet should have been. It's like open transparency. And instead, you have people they're attacking others. You have people that are just preying on others. The scams, everything that's going on has gone online. It used to be like, oh, Columbia Records or whatever. You get these random things in the mail. And now it's all automated and it's all online. And it doesn't stop. Do you know 30% of the calls I get? 30% of the calls I get are spam. Hi, this is Jennifer from GE Home Security. As soon as I hear that, I hang up. This is Jennifer from GE Home Security. I have ADT. I don't need the GE Home Security. Oh, James, my man. Yes, please do. James, I love that you can head over to the YouTube page because that is where it sounds and looks best. I'm filming the screen on Instagram now, so it's just never good anymore. But I want to make sure I keep everybody in the show because that's where the show started, where the show will continue to go, but it just doesn't look as good anymore. Anyway, listen, I have ADT. I don't need to get a call from GE Home Security, from Jen from GE Home Security. And that's the one I seem to get 9,000 of. And I just don't get why people bother me. You know, but this is the world. Okay. Cause what happens is it's so much cheaper for them to hire, get an automated system to dial 1,000 numbers at once than have some guy like me get on the phone. Hey, Tom, it's Mark Byers from GE Home Security. Click. But this is the world we live in now. I don't even want to pick up the phone anymore. Do you know my phone says United States when I get a phone call? When I see United States, I know it's spam. I just don't even pick it up anymore. If it doesn't say it's from Norwalk, from Westport, from Wilton, and even those are most of the time they're spam too. Actually, let me take that back. I think most of my calls are spam. I don't even think I even get real calls anymore. Maybe I should just get rid of the cell phone. I'm just going to go live every day. You guys want to reach me, DM me. No cell phone needed because it's not a real call. That being said, I have to tell you, there's been like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years where I got one of those calls thinking it's going to be one of the spam calls. I'm just about to click. And I'm like, oh wait, you want to see a property of mine? Like you don't know because some people are calling you direct and they saw your property and they're in Wisconsin or something, and you're like, Wisconsin, yeah, right. And before you click, you're like, let me check real quick. Hi, is this Mark? And those are also leading too. Hi, is this Mark? Yeah, this is Mark. Hi, it's Jen from GE Home Security. So you got to be careful on those. And I've had a few where I'm like, yes, this is Mark. And before they're about to hit me with the, hey, this is Jill from Realty Network. Because that's the other thing we get as realtors. Every single company that provides a real estate service calls us. Hey, this is Jen from Frontier Homes Network. We're offering 1 slot to 1 lucky real estate agent. And we wanted to see if you'd be interested. It's only going to cost you $1,500. I'm like, what? Who are you guys? Like, who the heck is Realty Premier Network or whatever it is? Oh, check us out online. I could create a magazine tomorrow and just start calling agents and say, hey, we're going to put you in a magazine. Just you. Who reads magazines? Who's buying homes from reading a magazine? Who's buying homes from reading the newspaper anymore? I had a colleague the other day said the older, anybody north of 55, 60 years old, they still like to read the newspaper. So maybe that's where you grab somebody, or say you're a real estate agent that's representing a retirement community. That would be the opportunity, magazine, newspaper, because they're going to be viewing it. But someone, for example, I'm selling a lot of homes to millennials. Why would I focus on the newspaper when they don't even want to pick it up? They got a phone. They're just going to look up the information. So this is something that I think everything changes. The way that business is run. Everything changes. And you guys know the new way. Remember, they used to come in to sit down with someone like me. Hey, Mr. Real Estate Agent, we want to go look at a house. Can you help us? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Now it's like, oh, we saw this great house. I'm like, oh, well, why don't you give Mark a call? He'll help you. No, we don't want to bother him. We don't want to inconvenience Mark. I love that. Inconvenience me. I work every single day of the year. There's no inconvenience. If I'm not out working with a client, I'm at the office working on trying to get a new client. And if I'm not doing that, I'm broadcasting live to the world trying to promote positivity. But it's all with the same idea in mind, which is to help people. If I can't get with a client today, I got to come on and help the world. Do you understand? So take advantage of the fact that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help you get what you need. That's an important thing. Most agents, I can tell you, they're not all in. They are not all in. They're not going to go on Christmas Eve to try to put a deal together. They're going to say, you know what? We'll come over on the day after Christmas. I'm with my family today. I was with my family that day. But when a deal needs to be done, there's two types of people. Someone's going to go and make that deal, or someone's going to say, oh, I'll just come over on Thursday. Who do you want to work with? It's up to you. All I can tell you is I show up every day. I'm ready to go. And when you're ready to go, just don't forget that I'm here. Had that happen again this week. I saw someone that I know very well, and they're buying a house in my town. Didn't even get a call. Now, look, I don't expect you to say, it's yours, Mark, your business. No, just interview me, though. Before you go and buy something with someone, call me. Say, hey, this is what I was thinking. What do you think? Because we're not all the same, okay? First of all. Secondly, someone with 13 years of construction experience, when you're buying a home that needs work, that's value right there. When you don't see that, you're not thinking. You're just using some random person? Oh, because they could write the offer. But you need to call a contractor in to have them look at that property. Or you could have called this guy who was a contractor for 13 years and can tell you what's worth there, what needs to be done, how much you need to invest once you purchase that home in real time. No. We're going to just bring in this lady and then we'll call in a contractor. If someone comes and takes the property while we're doing all this, we're calling this guy and someone else is coming in. It happens, guys. You think properties just sit there? Well, maybe in my area, they do sit a lot longer than some others. But in general, if you like something, there's a very good chance somebody else likes it as well. And if you have another day you need or another 2 days because you're waiting for some builder to come and look at it, you lost the property you wanted. Or you could call the Real Talk team, call me, and I'll take you through. In real time, we'll determine what it needs. It's a no-brainer, guys. No-brainer. By the way, it costs you nothing. My services are free. I don't think people realize that. James the other day said that. Or was it James? I think it was Jeff, actually. Jeff said, what? You don't get paid? I thought you got paid for all your work, and then you also get commission. No, it's one thing, not both. I get paid commission. So all of my hard work, and then closing day is when I get paid for all of that work I put in. And then there are the people who cut your throat after you did all the work. And you bring them 8 offers, full price offer, and they decide to still go to another agent. Like, you just don't understand how people think. There's no reason for it when you're doing the job correctly. Here's what we get. I've had this happen with 3 sellers over the last 13 years. Really rigid people that make ridiculous demands that no one is going to do or take. And what happens when the buyer decides not to take this crazy offer that the sellers have put out there is they blame the realtor for not being able to express that crazy demand to the buyer, for not getting the realtor to get that buyer to agree to this ridiculous set of terms. It's happened to me 3 times, and I lost the listing all 3 times because the seller blamed me because they were stupid. They blamed me for their stupidity. And this is not just like 3 times for that. Sellers blame real estate agents constantly for the price. The seller determines the price. You guys know that, right? The agent brings the market to the seller. It's up to the seller to review the market with that real estate agent and determine a price that's fitting. Most times this is what happens. Oh, thank you so much for meeting. This is what we're going to do for you. The market value for this house, based on what we're seeing, what's traded, is between 1,450 and 1,500. 1,450 and 1,500. You know, where would you like to price it? I want to put it on at 1.6. But the market is showing us what's traded, and it's between 1,450 and 1,500 is where the market, where this property will trade right now. If you put it on, you're going to sell it. I want to put it on for 1.6. But the market, I know what the market says. The market doesn't. My house has windows. I've got a roof. And did you see? I have siding on my house. And grass. We have grass. So I want $100,000 more than the market says. Because the market doesn't know what my house is worth. My house is worth more. That's what sellers do. They just believe their home is worth more. And I can understand it. I mean, you live there, you love there, and you want people to have the same experience that you did, so you believe it's got a monetary value because of your emotional value. It doesn't work the same way. Your emotional connection to your home is just that, but it's a home. That's all it is. It's your home. It's somebody else's house. When you sell it, it's a house. When you live in it, it's a home. So I just tell people, like, look, when we list a house, we don't call it a house. We call it a home. But when I talk to a seller and I talk about them listing their home, I'm talking about listing their house. If I tell them about listing their home, all of a sudden they're emotional. Oh, my home. You're going to list my home. But if I list your house, a house is someplace you just stay. A home is someplace you raise a family. So you have to choose. It's choice of words. Everything in this business is very difficult. But like I said, when you're doing the job correctly, you just want to be interviewed. That's all I ever want. I want to have the opportunity to sit across from somebody and be grilled. Grill me. I want you to ask me 50 difficult questions and see how I respond. That's what we should be doing. I'm sick of these people that just get the business. Oh, they were at the bottom of the screen. I just called them and they got the business. When there are people out there working hard to earn the business, take 10 more minutes, interview somebody, okay? You're going to go and buy something, interview 2 agents, 3 agents. You're going to sell a house? Don't just give it to somebody, interview 3 agents. Just because somebody did something yesterday doesn't mean they're going to do anything today. I love that. Well, last year I was the top agent, and in 2016 I did. Who cares? What did you do today? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do for your clients now? Not what you did in the past, because I've seen a lot of people do a lot, and they wake up lazy today. They wake up and they don't feel like doing anything today. But yesterday, and 2 weeks ago, and 3 months ago, and they were the number 1 sales. Yeah, but they woke up today lazy. They have no interest in performing. Where I see this guy who showed up and he's putting it out there. He's ready to go. I have 3 people I'm interviewing. I'm looking for someone with fire. I'm looking for somebody who wants it. Not for somebody who's going to sit in front of me and say, well, I sold this house and that house and I'm the top agent and I sold this much and everybody loves me. What? What are you going to do for me? How are you going to sell my house? Not tell me about how you sold that house and what you did last year. What creative ideas do you have to bring a deal to the table on my property? That's what I want to know. I want a simple answer back. What do you do different? Why should I hire you? Those are the questions I want to get. I'll tell you why you should hire me. Because no one's going to work as hard as I do. Because I wake up every day thinking, what could I do differently in order to sell my properties today? Nobody else does that. I wake up thinking, what can I do differently than I did yesterday? I'm not going to try the same thing again. I did it. It didn't go the way I planned. So I redirect. I adapt. That's what we all need to do. So look, I'm going to be wrapping it up. It's 3:51. I got to start breaking down my equipment. And the open house is over in 8 minutes. This is actually perfect because I had a bunch of people through earlier and then it's been dead since we started the show. I was actually thinking I'd have to put on some video or something for you guys to watch while I go over and walk the house with somebody. Didn't have to do that today. So this is officially our 384th day in a row of Real Talk. I totally appreciate you guys. I will be back tomorrow from the studio and we'll be live for 385. Live for 385. How about that, guys? You excited for day 385? It's going to be from the studio. We'll get some beat seat going. Let me give you a little something on the way out over here. I think that's it for me today, guys. I can't hear any of this, but I'm going to put a little music on for you. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the next Real Talk. Oops, let me make sure I get back to the right screen. There we go. guys tomorrow. Louise, thanks for tuning in, my friend. See you tomorrow on the next Real Talk. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Real Talk. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. I can't hear anything, so I don't know what's on. I'm rolling with it, though. See you guys tomorrow. If you have any topics, let me know. I will hit them for you. Have yourselves a great Sunday. Lots of football coming up. I'll see you.